Welcome to the Grand Line Gazette, everybody, where we talk about One Piece damn near every damn day. And today we are talking about Big Mom and her connections. She has a lot. She has a lot of
Yes.
connections going way back. Like Kev said, she's been in the game for 60 years, so we're going to talk about it. Who she's been affiliated with,
You.
who she's affiliated with now, and who she could possibly affiliate herself with in the future. Sentences are tough. But no, it isn't tough. Liking, comment, subscribing, doing your part, and letting us know how you guys feel about Big Mom and what you guys think we're gonna see next in the story in regards to her. She's not dead yet, so that's
Nope.
gotta go somewhere. And she's gonna want her daughter. That being said,
Yes.
I'm Corey.
Yeah. Let's
That's
hop
Kev.
into it.
Yeah, and let's hop into it. Kev usually gives us the breakdown, so
Yeah. I mean, Big Mom. Look, she can be. I mean, we all know who she is. Charlotte Linlin, the enemy of everyone. Basically, she makes enemies on every corner of the globe. But the thing about Charlotte Linlin is that she's been in the game for about 60 years, from the time she one shot a giant elder at the age of 8 to the age of that she is now, which is 68. She's amassed riches, power. She has 43 children, or 46 sons, 39 children, and 43 husbands. She has connections all across the globe. One of the biggest ones that I like to think of is the Rocks Pirates. I mean, we got some of the strongest pirates to ever walk this planet all on one team. And Big Mom's third in command on this crew has a lot of leeway. I mean, you got Kaido, Rocks, Whitebeard, Shiki, maybe Loki. These are all heavy connections. What are your thoughts, Corey, on this? On the
but
on
yeah. Um dating even like before that, her connections are like massive. Now, these might not have been the best connections, but she did meet the giants and she lived amongst the giants. It did not turn in the best way, but she is still in one way or another affiliated with them. But more so, and a Rocks pirate himself, Stanson, who she met on the island of the giants. After she ate everybody, the one person
Strusen.
was Strusen. Yeah, you're right. Who was stranded there was Strusen. Um, he kind of played it the way he had to play it, but he got her. He was her right hand man through and through,
Yes.
all the way until the end. Even like when she was like trying to get assassinated, you saw that. Hey, no, she's rocking with Big Mom, or he's rocking with Big Mom. But after she left that, she became a Yonko. So we don't know how long it took from the disbanding of the Rocks Pirates. We don't know what caused the disbanding of the Rocks Pirates, but we do know that those notable members, uh, two of them at the very least, three of them actually became Yonko. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they must have had their influence on their own. Now, they could have already had their own pirate crews, and the Rocks pirate is just the head of the grand fleets together that do their thing, and while their own soldiers are dispatched. But Big Mom herself, after she became a Yonko, um, just like she has a lot under her belt, like all those islands, the archipelago network that she has under her belt, the Fishman Island that she has under her belt. She has a couple of supernovas under her belt. Um, and all of them, before Luffy, have been afraid to attack her.
Yes.
And she has and last thing, she has the
World War.
political, yeah, the underworld
Yes.
on her side. Because at her wedding were the leaders of the underworld, the black market. So she
Yes.
also has that connection on her side. Very scary.
Well, and like, and I think maybe her trying to get she she does gain political power through marrying off her children. We saw that attempt with Sanji, but we also saw it with Gang Beje,
German
which I don't
66.
I don't Yeah, well, that, and I don't know if you guys have watched that video. If not, pause this, go jump into our cover story. The Gang Beige cover story was amazing, fire. But back to this, like, this was ultimately a mistake, but she uses those children as a way to gain more political power. Very similar to how, like, what was his name? Kangas Khan used to do. Like, he used to have so many daughters and then just marry them off for more political power and more army, and so very similar to what she was doing, but maybe getting a scientific wing of the Big Mom Pirates, that would have been really sweet to get for
She was
for
very
Judge.
interested in Judge's cloning technology as well. Um,
Yeah.
the Germa 66 is like a mobile military force, much like Sai,
Hmm.
the guy that married Baby Five, from the north. Much like him, the Germa 66, led by Judge Sanji's dad, is another like connection that she's been trying to take, because it's like she's trying to make the same moves that Blackbeard is making, where it's like I'm trying to amass so many people that I have like countries under me and stuff like that. Like everybody's under me,
Yeah.
and to have that, like, yeah, the Reverie, like the Celestial Dragons have their hands full. I know that. I know enough to
Yeah.
know that you guys have your hands full right now. What's to stop me from buying all these militaries, all these golden armies to fight on my side, and then I just start attacking places? Like, you guys couldn't stop me if you tried.
And I think that, like, ultimately is kind of what she's going for. She's always, and it may be something that she kind of inherited from Mother Carmel, because when Mother Carmel tried to like manipulate events in her favor, it was all to get in with the Elbath pirates, I believe. And so maybe she's done something very similar, and that's what led to the Kaido friendship afterwards, and maybe the Loki proposal eventually as well.
Well, her and Kaido, I mean, they before Luffy, they weren't friends. They were like equal powers. You know what I mean? Where it's like, hey, if
Sure.
you do something, I'll do something, but just don't mess with me. Like, you got the weapons, I'll help you funnel them on my side if you need, but I'll mess with Doflamingo for that. Like, I ain't talking to you. But then it's like Luffy comes, and then that's when they were like, hey, you know what? This
Sure.
straw hat ain't shit. I came all the way up here. You already up here dealing with them. Like, why don't we just team up? We're already dealing with the world government. We're getting like young cats like this thinking they gonna be king of the pirates. Fuck that noise. And then at the end, I'll betray you. But she's definitely
Yeah.
a master manipulator. To have like those many different husbands, I wish they kind of went into that more. But I guess the arc wasn't about her connections. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
did think that that was interesting. All the stuff like at the wedding. But just going in on like her uh, different connections outside the Germa 66 that we just talked about, like Fishman Island, they had a candy factory for her. Like, that's what she kind of does at these places. She takes them over and makes them make candy factories and stuff like that. But right now, Luffy has Fishman Island under his belt, and we always talk about how useful they'll be in the final war. Maybe she knows something too about the final war. Remember, they said in Elbath, like, all the kids know about these like markings and emblems. What if she stumbled on the mural and she was like, oh, look, this is everybody from all around the world fighting on the same side. I'm trying to do that same thing. Like, what if she's like motivated by something like that?
And I don't know, because I think there's a thing of inherited will, right? And I don't know if that means Rocks and Blackbeard are somehow connected, and Rocks can take over Blackbeard or something like that. And maybe something very similar happens with Mother Carmel and Big Mom. But sometimes I feel like we do see multiple sides, versions of Big Mom, where it's happy, very angry, hunger pangs type stuff. It's you're seeing very drastic differences, and and I guess it is interesting because I want to I guess I want to see more of how she has these children. Are they experiments? We're now recently being introduced to the Seraphim cloning project. Is is there any room for that here? I mean, it seems to be a lot of kids in a very short amount of time. I get
Uh,
some of them are quadruplets, triplets, quintuplets, and stuff, and it still feels like it's a lot of kids.
yeah, it does
So
seem
maybe
like
I'm
a
tripping.
lot of kids. I haven't really questioned the kids only because it's like, whatever, man. Like Big Mom
Yeah,
always got a lot of kids. But yeah, it is a lot of kids, and I wish they would have used those kids more. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of, and I guess they do. Well,
I was
let's
gonna say
preface that
pudding
by
is coming
saying,
up.
well, yeah, pudding's coming, but let's just reference that by saying like, preface that by saying like, they do have a whole archipelago. All these different captains and soldiers are all like children are all in charge of a different island in that archipelago. So it makes sense in the world that they are in. Like you're not gonna mess with Pudding's Island. You're not gonna mess with Oven's Island. You know what I mean? They all got their thing. But in the grander world that we've been seeing and shown, we haven't seen many Big Mom children like out there. Um,
Yeah, like what are the generals doing? Like, is General Smoothie like helping the Northern forces push into blah 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 country? That's what I want. I want to
what
hear them invading countries or something.
See, that's true. But when I think about places like that, like Tataland, I think of like China. Like you're so massive already that it's like your expansion is slow. Like China's like grabbing
Fair.
like the little islands that are like right outside the archipelago and the mainland and stuff like that. Like they're not. They'll go like to Africa on like the corner and stuff like that, but they're not going like. I guess they do go everywhere where they put
Well, and
industry.
and that's valid because what happened with Whitebeard was so abrupt that you almost took it over without incident. You just sent somebody, and what are they going to do? Stand up to a Yonko? Uh, Unlikely. So you just pay a crew to kind of man it for you underwater, and you get your snacks delivered for nothing. So yeah,
And now
maybe you're right.
supernovas. So all the Yonkos have supernovas under them. Uh, One of the supernovas under Big Mom was Gang Beige. Was there another one
Hmm.
affiliated with her? I think it was just him, right? Affiliated with her.
Yes, I believe so.
Gang
As of right
Beige.
now,
Yeah.
we may know more later.
Now that might be because Big Mom usually deal. Oh, I guess not a supernova, but
Are you
uh,
talking about Warlord?
yeah, Warlord
Yep.
Jinbei.
Go ahead.
So
Yep.
one super. Oh yeah, they all have like kind of warlords that kind of affiliate with them one way or another too somehow.
Sure.
Um, Boa Hancock, Kuja, uh, Roger Pirates. Then it goes to I guess maybe not all of them. I was like that immediately does not make sense. But
No,
actually,
but it makes sense that there's a
Roger's
lot
like a
of
Yonko, right? If we say people are affiliated with Roger, that's like almost saying Yonko, right?
so because I think the Yonko is just the name for, hey, the crew that invaded God Valley, we're calling them the Four Yonko,
Yeah.
and that's like we may find out the
Well,
Yonko
Yonko
in
means warlord, doesn't it?
the wasn't that the Shibukai
Oh,
means warlord?
not too sure.
Either way, there's Yonko. I thought that meant emperor. See
Oh,
emperor
okay,
or something
Emperor.
like that. But either way, I think that we may be seeing like the first like true like from God Valley. We may like this may be the first like inspiration for the Yonko as a group.
Well,
So
I
these may
guess
be the first four.
yeah, I
But
guess to say that is just like but all the supernovas and all the warlords, it's like a supernova and a warlord got to be affiliated with the Yonko, and
oh,
Jinbei
sure.
with the Fishman was hers.
Mhm.
So through that, we don't know exactly what extent that she used the Fishman. We don't know what kind of ruckus she caused in Sabaody Archipelago, what she had built. Maybe that helped with the establishment of her archipelago Tato land that she has now with some of the connections, maybe bridges or something like that. Who knows how she used the fishermen, or she just used them as like a, hey, deterrent. You better watch out. I got the seas in this area, so don't mess with me. But then, to the same point, she has Beige, who's a supernova, who we made a video about a little bit ago. You might have just checked that out. But Beige has a lot of capacity. You know what I mean? He could be used for a lot. Now, he also has underground connections. That's probably where they met, through some underground connection. He also has the ability to store limitless amounts of items. So that can only be used in any number of ways. Basically smuggler, elite, you know what I mean? But I don't know.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, like during the Big Mom fight, like he's taking full blown hockey shots from Big Mom a Yonko, and like he's taking them. I do have more questions eventually. I hope to find out more about the Soul fruit, and specifically how the what we saw with Jinbei, how that power works. Does your life force automatically just get added onto mine? Can she eventually become 300 years old? Or does it just grow her power level higher? Does she just get stronger? I
I
don't.
know.
That part
And does that compound with what Mother Caramel absorbed? You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because she...
What happened with Mother Caramel?
Yeah. And it's like all those souls that you let out into like the plants and everything to watch everything, which is also something to note. Are those all souls that don't count for you anymore? And you can absorb all those back? Like, if she had to fight again at her place, if she got pushed to the limits that Kaido got pushed to, where he was like, all right, we're in my territory now. Here's my giant fucking island, and we're in the sky, and there's a bunch of fucking fire and shit like that. We can jump through the clouds and lightning and shit. Like, that's my domain, where I'm the best. But what if Big Mom was in the middle of her archipelago, and she absorbed all of the souls through the plants and the buildings and every, like, the inanimate objects that she did all at once? Like, that is a force... Well, probably too much for her fucking mind to even handle. You know what I mean? That'll probably kill her.
I think I think there's precedent for it. So, and I'll tell you why, because I forget what the homie's name was, but it was the one after Zeus. The girl, Hera. She tries to eat Zeus to absorb him. So I think exactly, you are 100% right. Big Mom gets pushed to the limit. Napoleon and Hera may not be coming back. Zeus may be all that's left of her homies. Maybe they do stay around. Who knows?
Because she has to siphon the energy that's around her.
She has to take it back in. So I don't think Hera or Napoleon will be coming back. But spoilers, Big Mom is definitely coming back. Like I don't.
She's like, yeah, in the lava. Like Kaido's like, yeah, I just don't get burned by lava. I can make magma. I'm a magma dragon. At the end, you saw that, right? Big Mom's like, I used the fucking soul power from like Hera and Prometheus to like
feed me.
Yeah, so I could keep on energizing my hockey.
Kaido took a skydive off of a sky island and survived. He wanted to kill himself and he couldn't find a way. I don't think Luffy's gonna find that.
So did Gamatatsu or whatever his name was. That's a cover story, yeah, where he fell too. I was severely less impressed by what Kaido did after I saw that. And that showed up like fucking 15 years before Kaido on the cover story. I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah,
and the last teammate I kind of want to talk a little bit about, and we'll focus on yours, is Loki. What are your thoughts on obviously this is open to change because we're still learning about it, but what do you think that proposal was about? Was it all political? Was
the proposal
was it an olive branch?
The proposal between Lola and Loki.
Hmm.
I don't know. On both sides, because that was the one that Lola was not interested in. So, um, you can easily do something that turns somebody off to the point where they're like, after they meet you, they're like, all right, that's not it. You know what I mean? Maybe she was excited at
Loki gave her
first.
the ick.
Yeah. And then like change their mind or something like that. It could
Yeah.
be a thing where it's like this is a Loki's idea, and one of my theories is that it was like a Trojan horse thing to get more giants onto the island to the point where they could cause some destruction and get some get back. Um, Loki's a prideful giant to kill your
Yes.
damn near grandpa, basically. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
something where it's like, you know what? Yeah, why not? Why not? It's like nobody can beat the Giants. The only person that beat the Giants is Big Mom. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go kill Big Mom. You know what I mean? Like I could see that being a drunk, like train of thought. You know what I mean? I can rationalize that, but it's like, what if Big Mom approached Loki? And it was like, you're not like the other Giants. Like the other Giants have gotten weaker.
You know what? You know who would be a better king than Harold? You. You should just go kill him right now in the castle
Oh, I don't know about
with
that one.
100 of his closest friends. Actually, go kill him right now and actually take his devil fruit and then marry my daughter, please.
But
It's like
it's like
that'd be crazy.
the idea of, hey Loki, like I liked living with the Giants. I'm
Yeah.
probably trying to go back. Um, I will help you become king if you marry my daughter and allow us to go back anytime we want. Maybe Lolo found out about that, was like, well, no, I ain't a
Well,
chess piece.
yeah, and I guess I kind of and I didn't think of it like that. I thought of it more like, well, actually, not like it was gross the reason, but she simply did not want to be married off. Like she wanted to find somebody that she liked. Very similar to go check out Game of Thrones if you haven't watched it, but Sansa. Like she was infatuated with Joffrey at first, but then she was like, "Oh, this guy's an asshole." Like, never mind.
That's true.
But now it's too late.
That
Now it's
one,
too late. Now we're on
it's
the
just the
King's Road.
Loki connection is the most mysterious because it's like if Big Mom approached him, that's weird. If Loki approached Lola, it's like, but why and where and how'd you meet and like what's going on with that? But if it was like an idea to join like forces, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's like join forces against who? You could go fight another Yonko if you did not end on good terms with them. You could try to fight the world government. You could use that as a deterrent. Like, I wonder what end.
And and I guess like he may have had to go to Tato Land for that because I don't see her coming back to Elbath to ask him. So and we know that he was out on the ocean, so Tato Land's pretty close to Elbath, so I don't imagine that it's hard to find. So I definitely think it's available. And if he hates, I can see it going both ways, like you were saying, like a Trojan horse. Like if everyone hates him, if he kills Big Mom, which he's definitely strong enough to do so, he becomes a hero. He erases everything that the people have been saying about him. He is now the hero of Elbath. But
What do y'all
I don't
think?
know. Yeah, you guys tell us.
How do you guys feel about the Big Mom connections? What do you think that Loki marriage is all about? Do you think it was a ploy? What do you think about her affiliation with Gang Beige, or maybe even the Fishmen and Jinbei? What do you think about her connection all the way dating back to some of the Giants and maybe even the Rocks Pirates? Do you think any of them will go into the New World in the New Age? Do you think any of them will come into play during her return? She is not dead yet. It's just a matter of time when. Not when and where. Not if. Anyway,
Well, you got put it down in the chat. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
peace.